This is a demonstration of knobby. Welcome to knobby. What you're hearing right now and what you've been hearing is voice 1 playing all by itself. Voice 1 is one of 3 voices on knobby. Knobby has one voice based on a kind of a hyped up version of the classic mini Moog, with a lot more input processing than the traditional mini Moog, although probably not as much as on the current mini Moog, although maybe more. It's able to process a stereo input. It's able to mix a stereo input, except either left or right as input. Has configurable input filters and pitch detection, allowing for tuning and playing chords and accompaniments and things of that nature. Pitch detection works okay, but we're not going to talk about that much more right now. This is basically just a demonstration of the mixing capabilities, because as I said, this is coming through knobby's little external microphone that you can see in the picture. It's a little gray circle underneath the row of LED knobs. Knobby has 5 knobs. It has a master control knob, and it has 4 knobs that change color together in a group. And together, the 2 combinations of colors tell you which row of 64 rows of 4 knobs you're accessing, giving you a total combination of 256 knobs without a shift function. With the shift function, it gives you capability of having virtually 512 knobs if you just want to use them on a one-to-one basis, although knobby is going to have more control than that. Once knobby has a front panel, knobby doesn't have a front panel right now. That's in the works. Probably going to use a 128 by 128 color OLED. It's currently fashionable. Looks like a nice little unit once we get the new hardware built. I'll be showing that in the new thumbnails and sending this out in the streams. Thank you for listening. If you've listened this far, I won't talk too much further about it before I show you some more demonstrations of what's going on here. Right now I'm looking at a row of 5 pink knobs. That's knobby's primary mixer channel A, which is currently configured to allow control simultaneously of an external input, the first voice output, the reverb, and the second mixer channel. The second mixer channel allows me to mix voices 2 and 3 and access the delay. And in the future configuration, those knob orientations may be changed around a little bit, but one of those knobs will be a master control knob. I don't know if it'll be on the first row or the second row. It doesn't really matter. They're pretty easy to get to either way. So what we have right now is basically just voice 1 going along by itself. Voice 1 has 2 main oscillators and access to 3 LFOs, which sounds weird, and it'll be explained when we talk more about voice 2, which has 3 oscillators and shares the same 3 LFOs. And the idea here is that by having 3 LFOs that can all be doing different things at different times, you can be controlling different phases and rhythms of the 2 channels together. And voice 3 has also 3 LFOs, access to the LFO 4, 5, and 6, that you can configurably run in sync with LFOs 1, 2, and 3, or they can do their own thing. And that way you can have a cohesive control signals that you can use throughout all of your voices. You can do things like side chaining and things like that with LFOs. That's all right there built into the wonderful software synthesizer engine that we've been supplied with in the Teensy Micro, which is what this is based on. It's a incredible little 600 megahertz processor that Allows us to do all kinds of crazy things. It's like having a cell phone on a tiny little 40-pin device. And wonderful thing for us experimenters today. Anyways, getting on. Let's turn up voice 1. And as I make some changes, I'll talk over the voices and let you know what changes I'm making. We turn up voice 1 here. And you're going to hear the clicking, of course, because the microphone is right on the front panel. So you'll be able to hear every little change that I make because it's going to sound like this. Just like that. There comes up voice 1. And now voice 1. Here we go. This is meant to be the introduction to the piece. Now, as I said, you can hear every change that I make. I've changed nothing. This is all playing on its own through the combination of LFOs, cycling through just a single voice. And it gets quite crazy when I go to something like, let's go and adjust the VCF, the modulation on VCF1. There it is, VCF1 mod mixers, just a couple of knob turns away. And here we adjust the control of the envelope generator that's modulating VCF1. If I turn the envelope generator down, right now it's negative. Right now the envelope generator is actually modulating the VCF in a negative fashion. That is, instead of the signal going from 0 to 1, it's swinging from 0 to -1, and it's swinging nearly full signal to -1. And as we continue to go to -1, it's going to wrap around, and it's going to go to 0 and +1. And we get to hear what that happens right now. See there, that's just adjusting the Q of the VCF with the envelope generator. That's just the envelope generator. That's at about 60% or 55%. Now, one of the other things that's modulating VCF1 is the LFO2. So if I adjust LFO2 here, and we turn down the amplitude of LFO2 that's modulating the filter here. Now I have LFO2 going in the negative direction. It's modulating. LFO2 is acting an opposite polarity to its signal transition. And by the way, you can notice the stereo effects. That's from the delay. We'll talk about that later as well. Let's go back to bringing up the LFO, which brings up the filter Q a bit more. Makes it a little more punchy. Then we bring it up even higher, along with the ADSR, bring up the envelope generator now past 60%. There it goes. -1 envelope. You see? Keep in mind, this is just one voice. And the way we're able to do this with one voice is because we have two oscillators with the modulation sources. Whoops, there's a little loud there. The external input doesn't like that, does it? Let's see here. We are at the let's see here. If we do this, I should be able to get some sidechain action going on. Let's see if this comes through. And that's kind of a test. We don't know if this is going to work. We're just going to find out. What I'm trying to do is get a little sidechain action through the external input by allowing the modulation from the microphone to affect the amplitude of voice 1, of VCF 1. Actually, in retrospect, I guess that's not going to work. That's going to modulate the filter through my voice, which that doesn't seem to be working, does it? Let's put that back into and then we get down here to VCA1 mod mixer. There we go. And let's see if we can get the external input to provide some side stream. Does this do anything for voice 1 if I crank this up? No, because the filter is too high frequency. It improves the voice. It doesn't filter the voice out of it. Okay, fix that filter. Welcome to fun. Here's VCO1 mixer. VCO1 is presently modulated by nothing. But if we turn up envelope 1, let's see what happens with that. Oh, that's cool. Let's see some more of that. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Keep in mind, I'm doing very little adjustment of the controls here. And once the sequencer logic is improved, which is a top priority item, we'll be able to build up sequences infinitely long layering them. And it gives you a chance to iterate over different sequences. And believe it or not, just the speed and tempo with which you play the sequences radically affects the sound of the instrument. The tempo, let's do a little demonstration of that now. Let's go down to the tempo. That's a lot of fun to play with. This is 240 beats per minute. And there's a Euclidean sequencer built into this that has a table of 128, the first 128 Euclids, which end up right at a 16-step sequence. So as you step through the Euclid table, which you can also modulate with an LFO, you can change the dynamics of the beat just with one click. One simple click, and what have we done? We've changed it back to one beat, probably every 11 cycles. What would that be? An 11-4 beat? Yeah. No, this would be an 11-1 beat, I think. Let's turn it up a little bit. Now keep in mind, the accordion sequence may be any number of sequences from 3 to 16 steps. So as you change through the Euclid, it's going to go in and out of sync with whatever sequence that you have set on your 8-step sequencer. And that works out especially well if you have a couple of empty notes on your sequence, so that you can work in really interesting polyrhythms that shift dynamically over several minutes or hours. It's kind of like listening to some old Mickey Hart stuff, believe it or not. I'm not trying to drop names there. I admire the work he did around the time of Apocalypse Now. I admire that work a lot. It was really... Anyways, Euclid goes along here to, let's see where we go now. Whoops. Now the stereophonic effect we're getting, let's go back to the main mixer channel here, and I'll show you how we're able to get the stereophonic effect. You're going to see it collapse here as I turn channel, like I said, has access to those 3 LFOs, and you can use those 3 LFOs to modulate everything on that channel, and in this case it's also modulating the stereo panning. But as you see, as I turn up the delay, we get that wonderful hypnotic beating, pulsing back and forth. Let's turn up voices 2 and 3. Bring up the second channel, which is going to bring up our delay. And it's going to bring up our other voices. What you're hearing there is just the delay of the other 2 Let's bring up voice 3. That's fine. Let's bring up voice 3. This is what we need. More time. Let's cut back to voice one. There we go. That's kind of cool. And what you're hearing is both of the channels, both of the voices. On mixer B, which is voice 2 and voice 3, but what you're hearing is the delay. Now I'll bring up voice 2. That's voice 2, and the chimes are on voice 3, which is polyphonic with 8 notes. In this case, it's just being used to give us a jazz synthy chime. And that inexplicably weird rhythm that you're hearing, that's from voice 2. So let's go back down to the rhythm mixer and change the polyrhythms. Lydian high. Thanks for sticking with me this long. If you'd like to know more about knobby in the future, tune in. I'll be releasing some more demonstrations of its capabilities, including we're going to go more in depth into basically what voice 2 is capable of doing, because right now it's just providing us a nice little clickety 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 rhythm. And we're going to do a lot more with that because that has 3 voices, and once you get the 3 voices and the 3 LFOs going, you can literally make it sound like 2 or 3 voices at once. It's the most wonderful thing, and we'll delve into that the next time. Thank you for listening. I really, really appreciate it. Have a good time. Bye-bye.